Well, it seems like David Harbour himself has problems with the Hellboy reboot, and he attributes a lot of them to the success of Marvel. While speaking recently at London's MCM Comic Con, Digital Spy and other members of the press caught up with the actor for a recent chat about some of his projects, and the recent release of Hellboy obviously came up. When asked specifically about the problems that the film had, he said, quote, "We did our best, but there's so many voices that go into these things, and they're not always going to work out. I did what I could do, and I feel proud of what I did, but ultimately I'm not in control of a lot of these things." And continuing on from that, it seems like he boiled down a lot of the problems and unfair criticism that the film gathered, in his opinion, was due to the success of the MCU. He said, "The problem that I have with comic book movies nowadays is that I think, and it's a result of the power of the Marvel stuff, it's like chocolate. It's a flavor. So everybody says chocolate is delicious, and these guys make the best chocolate. So as you judge the movies, it's like, well, it's not as chocolatey as this. This does not taste like chocolate at all. And I sort of want a world where there's more flavors than just comparisons to chocolate. So in that way, when Hellboy is viewed on the chocolate spectrum, it does very poorly. That being said, it also has major problems." The weird thing is that right after that, he continued to say basically that the new Hellboy movie is a fun rental or a movie that you could watch on an airplane and have a lot of fun with it, and that it was unfairly bludgeoned among critics due to all the comparisons to the MCU. So this is kind of interesting and also weird because we had heard a lot of behind the scenes drama happening with this Hellboy reboot, and a lot of it supposedly was because of David Harbour himself. He actually tried to hijack the script from the writers and tried to rewrite scenes and overrule the director Neil Marshall, who ultimately left the production. So him saying that he doesn't really have a lot of control over these things doesn't really line up with what we had heard about the messy production behind the scenes. It is also weird that he chose to focus on the MCU comparisons instead of actually addressing the real legitimate flaws that Hellboy has as a movie. But what are your guys' thoughts on his comments? Funny enough, David Harbour is set to star in the Black Widow movie coming out, which is in the MCU, and he's a big character in Stranger Things Season 3 coming in just about a month. Be sure to post your thoughts down in the comments below, and for all things Hellboy and pop culture, be sure to subscribe to HN Entertainment.